see the set in my heart. There's a space, but now you're home. Show me how to fight it now. And I'll tell you, baby, it was easy coming back into you once I figured it out. You were right here all alone. It's like you're my mirror. Oh, my mirror staring back at me.
Dan RadioStyle. I'm sorry, I have issues. Justin Timberlake doing Mirrors. Beautiful song. And coincidentally going to be talking about this neat little concept that kind of got brought up to my attention, and then I kind of played around with it a little bit and then filtered it in with some other crazy thing. And I'm like, interesting idea. What the heck? Let's do a show. So the concept is about looking in the mirror. And the mirror is essentially the reflection that so many of us frequently are looking at when we're looking at right now and going, I don't have it. Right? That was almost bad. So we say these kinds of things and we constantly are focused on right now, and we're wondering why all this law of attraction stuff's not working. And really what right now is essentially a reflection in a mirror. It's a mirror of who you are. It's a mirror of your life. It's a mirror of your soul. Let's get deep. But it's a mirror of the entire concept that you currently are working through. Now, I know a lot of us in this law of attraction world want to look at things and just go, I don't really want to work on myself. I just want to think good thoughts and get this vibration thing going and just have everything work out. And I should be able to attract my specific person, or I should be able to attract $1 million. I should be able to attract whatever. And there's a little more to it. Unfortunately, there just is. I mean, like I've said, there's 12 spiritual laws. You can look it up on my channel, 12 laws. I don't know. I should find it. 12 spiritual. But either or, the number 12. Needless to say, there are a lot of things at work that kind of help create our lives. Law of attraction is certainly one of the 12, but there's more to it. So there's this concept of sort of soul development, sometimes life development, things that we need to work on, things we need to do. And that's really more the direction I'm going at in this particular video, is things we do personally to make a difference. And am I talking about action outward? Well, that's always good to do, but not specifically in this case. Not, reacting to someone else or putting out resumes or texting them. No, it's more, what can I do myself behind closed doors that no one else needs to know about or will know about, but they will notice the difference after I've done it? Or my reflection in the mirror will suddenly change. And let me give a couple real life silly examples. And knowing that a lot of my audience is female, I'm going to slant it more in that direction to the best of my ability. Because again, this is a dude talking about things like my sister kept reminding me. She's like, Dan, you know nothing about pregnancy. And I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking you questions, Melissa. I can't possibly know about pregnancy. I don't pretend to. I don't want to per se more than just what I'm asking. And then I started making jokes because she did a stand-up comedy class and I'm in the stand-up comedy class with the same teacher, mind you. So though it's poor timing, it's still fun. It's a sibling. Come on. So again, looking in the mirror, making these changes inward and then seeing the reflection occur. So real life examples that can happen. Things like complexion, right? Say you're noticing issues with your complexion. Well, there's a number of things that we can do. Some would go so far as to say, first off, it's probably diet, because from a lot of what I've read, actually, it takes a few days for what you're eating on the inside to come through the dermis from the inside to the outside. And that's actually what they say happens as far as the progress of things. But for those of us that treat it from a surface level, even still, you might do whatever you do. You wash it, you do your facial scrub, or stop using some kind of makeup or whatever the heck you do. And then within a day or two, when you look at your complexion in the mirror, it's better, right? It's not instant. You've got a complexion issue in the mirror right now. There's some steps you got to do, some things you can do to clean that up. And in a couple days, when you look at that same reflection, you'll notice it's better. You'll notice a difference. You'll notice it's changed. Oh, almost like it's in progress. Oh, do you feel this one coming? Of course. Anyone that's watched me for any length of time, yes, it's in progress. It's happening. What about things like makeup? Right? Makeup, you're looking at your face right after you got out of bed. You got that old sleepy face. Maybe you got your cup of coffee in your hand. Your hair's sticking up 12 different ways, right? And you're like, oh. So you're about to do your makeup, or after you've showered, and now your hair is just all matted down. You still got your cup of coffee, and you're doing your makeup thing, and there's a process there. For some women, it's more significant. For some women, it's far less. You all know your range far better than I do. But on top of that, it's a process. So again, you start, you change it, boom, and then eventually you're looking at your reflection in the mirror. Now all of a sudden, this face is now covered in makeup. I'm sure it was beautiful before. Now it's just a beautiful face covered in makeup. So, okay, maybe it's drawn beautifully. All right, sure. But it was beautiful before. Just reminding you, that's where Dan comes from, usually, unless it's like that one where you wake up and you look over and you're like, ah! You know, that's not a good one. But anyway, shaving is another good example for me, for guys, right? We look in the mirror, we're like, my God, look at that horrible face that's only seen a razor once this week. So it's a process. We go through, we lather, we do all our thing. We get the, break out if it's good enough blade. Hopefully it's one that can accept the fact that it's going to be getting huge amounts of hair and you can rinse it out easily and right the whole process. But then you look in the mirror and it's a whole new you. It's a different face completely. It took a process to bring about this change, something I had to do internally to make this difference. Dry skin's another good example, right? You got dry skin, it's going to take a couple days, right? Put some lotion on there, a little whatever version of lotion you're fond of. A couple days later, right? A couple days later, you're like, oh, I look perfect. I'm just gorgeous, right? And then at that point, you're good. Takes a couple days though, right? Again, the mirror. So what I'm referring to in the sort of more bigger picture is what is it that we're trying to attract right now? Are you trying to attract love? Are you trying to attract a relationship? Are you trying to attract something with another person specifically? Now, for guys, I'm going to get this one out of the way first because this is an easy one. Easy one. If you've got nothing else going on in your world, I'll tell you this much, right? You don't belong to a gym or anything like that, right? Because work on your body. Women kind of dig that. Hopefully your soul's getting worked on too, which work on your soul. You want that too, right? Maybe read some sort of book that she used to talk about, some sort of thing that she's interested in. Learn about it. She'll love that. Trust me. I learned about it because you love it, sweetie. That's why I learned about it. I didn't particularly want to know anything about it prior to that, but it's interesting to you, and I've actually come to find out this is super cool. And then now all of a sudden you've got this really awesome thing you can share. If you don't have any of those things, seriously, do push-ups. Do 100 push-ups a day. There was a cool challenge. I saw a YouTube thing on these two scrawny little dudes that did 30 days of 100 push-ups. Broken out, too. It's not like at once. Don't be crazy. But they both all looked like better. Like it'll trip you out what 30 days will do. So seriously, it's an amazing thing. It works. I've been doing it lately. I've been doing it I'm probably close to 30 days right now. And I'm noticing a difference, certainly in my triceps. I need to get back into the gym, but again, it was kind of an experiment of like, what if I just do push-ups? What happens to my body? So I've been having fun with that. So guys, great way to go. Women, this kind of works across the board, but for a lot of us, like if you're trying to attract love, for example, let's throw that one out there. Well, kind of the sexiness thing, right? Doesn't that really change the way you feel? When you've got that level of a sexy, when you know that you're feeling it, you got the right underwear on, right? You got that pretty bra on, you got that right outfit that just fits just right, kind of shows off the curves where the curves are supposed to be, right? And maybe the places where the curves aren't supposed to show, looks perfect. Maybe it does already, who knows? But when you dress that way, when you put that effort in at just that moment, I'm not saying you got to put on your awesome nighty dress, but maybe you're wearing just your jeans today, but you put on your pretty panties just because. Maybe you buy another couple pairs of pretty panties because the more often you wear them, the more you have that like, one, I'm ready, but two, like I just feel sexier. I have the sexy on right now. I'm enjoying it. I'm being it. And when you're being it and feeling it, you exude it. That is the energy you give off. That is what you're attracting back. And certainly, in the case of the guy, and maybe you bump into him randomly one day. Ooh, what if he's in line at the coffee shop right when you walk in or comes in right behind you? Well, you happen to have your feeling good stuff on. It's a different ballgame, isn't it? You're a lot more confident because if stuff went down, maybe you didn't shave, but what if stuff goes down, I'm ready. It's again, if you want to be professional, trying to get a job, great example. You put yourself into your nicer clothes. You start dressing nicer. You maybe go out and buy a couple suits or a couple proper dresses or pantsuits or whatever works for women. I don't know what's proper in the workplace. I don't know what you even call those clothes, frankly. But for guys, step it up. right? Maybe you go out and actually buy a couple vests because it's just that alone will sort of dress up your current look. And what it does is it begins to create that look in the mirror, what you see every day, right? What we are being every day and visualizing with ourselves. This is why all of this has been discussed, is you're now looking in the camera, you're now looking at yourself, and you're looking and going, wow, I look way more professional. I look way more buff right now. Look at these tries, man. Holy crap. They're like coming through. Oh my God, I look really sexy. Look how good my skin looks right now. Like I'm glowing, right? Look at me in this thong or whatever, right? Look at me in this bra just really makes me look voluptuous, whatever, right? Whatever it is, when you're noticing yourself, you're seeing it too. And you're believing it as well. But it takes a little time, doesn't it? This whole process is kind of like that. If we want to keep looking at our right now to see where we're gauging, where we're at, well, yeah, here's where you're at right now. Where do you want to go? What can we do to put some effort inward that will actually create that energy outward? When we even look in the mirror, we'll even see it. What are a couple things that we could enhance? What are things we could maybe learn about that they like? What are things that we could maybe start getting in shape? Maybe losing a few pounds because that was something that was bothersome to the other person. Maybe they brought it up a bunch of times and maybe it does bother them, right? So if it does bother them, and you're interested in kind of changing the score, changing the game, let's drop some pounds. Let's do it. Let's figure out a way to do it. Let's do it right now. I want to get them back. I want to be that girl or I want to be that guy. Let's do it. And when you start to, and especially when it comes to working on our bodies, frankly, when it comes to diet, when it comes to eating, when it comes to our skin, right? When it comes to the things that are obvious, and you start to look in the mirror and see the results, it sells itself, right? For any of you that have tried any of these things, it begins to sell itself. All of these sorts of, some might say vain, but it's really not. It's that part of us that are attracted physically to each other. Yeah, well, it should be on a deeper level. No, it needs to also be on a deeper level. The surfactant level needs to be there. The deeper level needs to be there. The personality needs to be there. Like a lot of things need to kind of play perfectly. Otherwise, you're just friends. Otherwise, we just get along. Or wow, he's pretty. Or, whatever. When you're talking the full relationship, it needs to be a lot of things to come into play. So what can we work on to actually make steps in that direction? If there's something that we know will make a difference in whatever we're trying to manifest, be it a job, be more professional, be it a person, be more sexy, be more attractive, feel whatever it is, be more of what they're enjoy, what they are going to look at and go, but how do you know what's that? By how you feel. What makes you feel more attractive? What makes you feel more sexy? What makes you go, yeah, I want to present myself. I like it. I like where I'm at right now. I like what I'm doing. This feels awesome. When we can do that, when we can look in the mirror, and this works personality as well and internals as far as who you are, like look into your eyes, for the stuff I really think is important. Look into your eyes and see if you really like who you are. That will make some of the biggest differences ever. You can work on all the physical stuff all you want, but when you've got the inside of yourself working the way it needs to, and you've got that all dialed in, and you're just genuinely doing things because it's a good thing to do, or it feels good, or it makes people happy, or whatever, what you experience changes drastically, and it's a very wonderful thing too. So again, what can I look in the mirror? What can I change? Huge difference. Going out with a great song by Professor, Mr. Doctor, it's Michael Jackson. Man in the Mirror, right here on Dan Radio Style.
If you wanna make the world